Welcome back. I tried to do this video before. It somehow got interrupted by something. I think it was a calendar date or whatever that had a notification connected to it. Oh my. So, again, I'm just winging it on my video. I have no idea what to put. I did have an idea, but it was ruined because, well, can't do copyright books. You can't read copyright books on YouTube anymore. Well, you can, but it's not advisable. And I'm not one to want to get in trouble for that, so we're not going to do that. What I will do, however, is find something I can talk about. So let's see. Hello, Leah. Alright, so I wrote a list. It has it has 32 things on my list, okay, of what I wrote down. The ones I'm talking about today for my video is number 14 and number 15. Number 14 is A Witch Like Me, a full story of my life as a witch. And number 15, I will tell you about later as soon as I get this Witch Like Me story over with. And Leah farted. Ew. You are one nasty dog. Anyway, so my mother was Wiccan. I grew up, technically, I didn't have a religion. My mother allowed other people to take me to different churches at some point. I'm knocking shit over. However, sorry guys. However, the idea of religion at that time was a little weird for me. I was a little kid at that time, and most people would say that I didn't understand what was going on. But in all actuality, I was very mature for my age, and I understood more than I let on. I understood more than I told people. I've still to this day haven't been into a Catholic church. I refuse to go in there. I believe that the Catholic Church is the cause of a bunch of shit that's happened in history, and I do not trust the Catholics as far as I can throw them. However, there are some Catholics out there that are really good, so I'm not saying that towards anyone that's Catholic and hasn't done anything. I'm basing that off of history, not off the people. I can't remember what church I went to. I went to another church at one point. I can't remember. I'll have to ask Mom about that and get back to you on that. But I went to several different churches with several people. My sister went to a Catholic school. My mom went to a Catholic school. I went to a regular school. They didn't force me into a Catholic school, thankfully. And, oh, I remember going to coven meetings with my mother when I was little. And usually it was set outside with a huge bonfire, hay bales and everything, and sometimes they'd let the kids sit out there with them if they wanted to participate, and sometimes they'd send us into the house because they knew that we weren't going to be able to, and or that we didn't want to. And so I spent the night at that place several times with the kids of the Covenly, or yeah. Um, I don't really remember much of it because, well, I was a kid. I wasn't focused on it. But I remember at that my first coven meeting that I went to with my mother, I remember, get out of the box. Anyway, I remember um, getting a sense of belonging for my first ritual. Like when I first saw one being done, because at that time I hadn't seen it. I'd never seen a ritual be done at all, or a spell. And when I did see it, I felt warm all over. Like, I don't have a better word for that. It felt like I belonged with that religion. I still feel that to this day sometimes. Um, Anything forces me to feel that. Pagan music, doing spells, meditating. I found out recently that um, that there is a god in the Norse pantheon that is calling out to me. I haven't figured out who that god is yet. I do, however, know that it's Norse. That's all they've let me know so far, and I assume that they have a reason for hiding themselves for the present time. So I'm okay with that. Um, I did find when I was 12, I moved to Indiana. At that time, I became really heavily involved in Egyptian culture. That was when Bast first showed herself to me in cat form. I don't really remember the cat though. That's sad, isn't it? Um, she blessed me with a lot of cats in my life. 3 cats so far. Um, Currently, they're not with me anymore. One died of poisoning. Someone poisoned him. His name was Chippy. He was a gray cat, and that was when I was little. Um, he also She also blessed me with 2 calico females, Clary and Chloe, and I know she did this because I had a dream about it where she was in the dream telling me that I was meant at that time to have those cats for some reason or another. I haven't exactly fully understood what she meant by that. And then sometime later, I got acquainted with the Celtic pantheon because my family is Celtic and German. I'm not really focused on the German pantheon. I mean, I'm focused on my German heritage, but I follow the Celtic, Egyptian, and Norse now. I'm not really into German. However, if one were to call out to me, I would probably answer it, and yeah, that would be the end of it. Um, I first became known of Chrononis. I don't remember how he came to me. It was in a dream, and I don't remember half of my dreams. What I do know is that I travel in my sleep, and that's how he found me. He scared off something. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I'm thinking that he helped me, but he touched my forehead. So, I don't know. Obviously, he wants me to have him as my one of my gods. So, that's what I'm going to do. And my dog is shaking. So, next we have the first ghost I saw was in the basement slash bedroom in Light Street of Springfield, Ohio, before I moved to Indiana. It was a female Victorian era white clothing gown type dress. She had black blood on her face, like she had been touched with it. At that time, I didn't realize what she was. All I knew was that she was standing there at the end of my bed and she had electricity going around her. So I ran. I feel bad about that even today because I can't go back there and see her and find out what she was wanting. So I feel horrible because it's obvious she wanted help. The next ghost I saw was in a house on Scottsburg. There were actually more than one ghost and a demon. The demon followed my guardian. He did not like my guardian at all. He didn't like me either, but he never touched me. He never came near me. The ghost that I encountered, that I encountered upstairs was a female. I'm not entirely sure what era clothing, so you'll have to forgive me on that. She was replaying her life. Like, she never spoke a word to me. She never spoke a word to anybody. She never even looked at me. I'm not even entirely sure she saw me. She would repeat the same thing over and over again each night, at the same time. Being pushed down the stairs by this guy who would appear out of nowhere and would push her. And the stairs to that attic were very steep, so you had to be careful if you did fall down them because you could kill yourself falling down them. I'm pretty sure that's how she died. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong because the house was rebuilt at some point. It was old and then rebuilt. Who knows? All I know is that she was replaying something. And then there were what I dubbed the three witches. I only called them the three witches because they were dressed in black, guys. They're not really witches. I doubt it. They didn't like me being up in the attic. They would stomp around the attic room and make all kinds of noise and scream in my ear to get out. They didn't bother my stepbrother at all. I'm thinking he slept through it anyway, but he was a really heavy sleeper. So I ended up moving downstairs to the extra bedroom. That's when I really began to study hard into what I believed because I realized that anything could get me in that room, and I had a demon that lived basically in the room right next door, that liked to bug people and try and make them commit suicide, which he tried to do with my guardian. Thankfully, we didn't let that happen. The demon was a white man, like really fucking pale, vampire pale. He had a black top hat, a black suit. I don't remember what tie because he wasn't wearing one, and if he was, it blended in very, very well. He had a creepy smile and blood red eyes that glowed, and he hated me. Like, I went out to the bathroom. The bathroom is right in the middle. My room's here, and my guardian's room's there. So I have to walk down from my room right into the middle of the hallway. And he was standing there, staring at the door, about ready to go in to my guardian's bedroom. And when I opened the door to my bedroom and he came out, or when I came out, he turned, saw me, and stared at me for like 10 minutes. And at that time, I didn't know how to keep my mouth shut. So I was like, who are you going to bug tonight? I'd suggest you fly off somewhere. Yeah, I was very lucky I did not get attacked by that thing. For some reason, he decided to back off. I don't have a clue why. It's not like I was intimidating. I mean, I was a 12-year-old. Come on. And that is my story. As of right now, I haven't had anything really exciting happen. I haven't practiced in a couple of years because I've not been up to it. I'm not stable enough to practice magic at the moment. I don't want to send something out that could possibly hurt somebody because that's against my code of conduct, which I will get into. So I can't do that. All right, next is 15, my own code of conduct and what else affects how I treat others and myself. Okay, the effects are pretty simple, but before I give up the effects, here's the code of conduct I follow. Oh my. Hold on, guys. I forgot I had it written down because I'm a blonde and I forget everything. So we're going to do it this way. Okay, my code of conduct is as follows. Oh, hold on. And it harm none, do as you will. That includes yourself, as well as animals, trees, anything. Anything that can feel pain and has a soul or can walk around and think for itself. That rule applies too. But that, however, does not mean you have to take anybody's crap. So if you're being picked on, do something about it. Next is do not discriminate race, age, sexuality, health. I'm pretty sure there's more. Number 3, do not gossip. Not everything can be true, or not everything can be the truth. Do not harass anyone or anything. That kind of goes with if you don't want to be harassed yourself, don't go around harassing people. Number 5, sorry. These are all out of order. Respect others' privacy as you would expect done to you. Respect those who deserve it. Again, that goes with who's earned it. If they're a bunch of freaking assholes, do not respect that person because it's obvious they do not respect themselves. Okay. Number 6, always be tolerant of others' beliefs or opinions. Yes, that is what you should do. It is right to not be ignorant about other people and their beliefs. We preach to be tolerant. We preach that we don't shove our shit down people's throat. If we don't do that, then number 6 would be the perfect rule for you to follow because that means you're not going to argue with them and tell them that they're wrong. You're just going to want to explain. Now, number 7, take care of all responsibilities. If you cannot take care of your own responsibilities, then don't tell people how to take care of theirs. It's that simple. Number 8, open your doors to those that need it. And this one's kind of iffy because some people out there are real assholes when they're offered a home or offered something. So leave that up to your intuition and judgment on that. Number 9, always practice self-control. That is correct. Self-control works on everything, especially on spell work. If you cannot control your emotions, you might send out something really, really bad that might hurt somebody that you're actually trying to help. Or if you're trying to bind somebody so that they don't hurt themselves and you send it out the wrong way, or you put out too much energy, or you put out too much negative energy instead of just binding them, it could hurt them. There are cases where people have been hurt badly, like physically, because somebody sent out too much negative energy towards that person. Now, as to whether or not that was purposely, I don't know. Could or couldn't be. I don't know. But basically, just think before you do it and have some self-control, guys. Seriously, that involves everything you do in life. All right. Number 10, be dedicated to what you believe and to your path. Um, if you're not dedicated to what you believe, then you are in the wrong religion. It's that simple. If you're not passionate about what you believe in, then don't follow it. Number 11, know yourself before you try to know others. Again, that's the same thing as up above on all the others. If you don't know that person, don't judge them, don't gossip about them, don't tell them how to live their life. None of that. You don't know them. You don't know what's happened to them. You don't know why they do the way that things that they do. Let's see. Number 12. Kill not for the sake of killing. If you're not vegetarian like me, if you have to kill, at least kill for food only, guys. Like, don't waste anything. Number 13, be aware of walking into and out of sacred space. Houses to witches are sacred space. Be respectful. I don't need to explain that. You should be respectful in anybody's house, regardless of their religion. You don't live there. You haven't bought any of that stuff. Don't touch any of it. Don't walk around like you own it. Number 14, everything is balanced. Everything comes in pairs. Yin and yang, right and wrong, pain and pleasure, male and female. I believe that we're all equal. If you don't believe that, then you're not going to be equal to someone else, male or female. That's basically how that works. Life is meant to be balanced. If it's not balanced, shit hits the fan. Next we have is ethics, which is pray to the gods, power rests in their hands. Serve your gods that he may guard you. Honor your gods, then your parents. Hold fast to good men. Don't associate with bad men. Do not pamper your body lest you become weak. There is no one who deceives who is not deceived themselves. Better to suffer an injustice than to commit one. Stop and think before speaking. Words are powerful. So are thoughts. That's why I said that anything you send out, negative thoughts can be just as bad as words. Be careful what you think and be careful what you say. Take each day as lessons. That's basically what days are for us. Lessons. Learn from them. Only Mott can judge my soul. Never judge a person's soul lest you be judged. The first part was mine. Mott is the Egyptian goddess of justice and stuff. Only she is allowed to judge me. Don't judge somebody if you don't know them. That's what I mentioned earlier. So, let's see what else we have to add. This is going to be a long video, guys. Here we go. Never force the will. Free will is sacred. Refer to rule number 1, which is, and it harm none, do as you will. Free will is there for a reason. You're not supposed to take it. If you take somebody's free will or anything's free will, I consider you evil. It's just the way it is. If you take away the will of somebody to where they can't think for themselves, you're no better than some criminal out there that does it for a living. So, yeah. Number 3, take life as a lesson. You can always improve. You can always improve your life. You can always do whatever you want. Your life doesn't have to end because something happened. Number 4, morality is... Morality is honor, not an obligation. Number 5, good deeds are for yourself. Accept no reward. If you're doing things for reward, then you're not doing it for the right reason. But if you're doing it to help people, then I commend it. Good for you. All right. Respect everything: life, love, opinions, religions. You are not all powerful. You will not throw your belief on others. This is not just for me or Wiccans. This is also for Christians. Any Christians out there watching this. You're not all powerful. You're not God. Don't throw your opinion down someone else's throat, your religion down someone else's throat, who they can and can't love, how they can live their life. Don't throw that down someone's throat. It makes you look bad, and nobody wants to follow what you believe in because you've made it look bad. Think before you speak. Next is number 7, honor your gods. Yes, honor your gods because, well, I don't need to explain that. If you believe in different gods, you already know why you should honor them. Number 8, know yourself, know your path. If you don't know it, learn it. It's that simple. Nothing really difficult about it. Don't just jump into it. This is a learning religion. You are always learning. There is no stopping learning after a certain point. I was not self-initiated, so I'm always constantly learning. I'm always constantly adding to my code of conduct. Next is strive to do good, for bad will return to you. Now, for me, I believe that it would return 3 times. 3. I believe that when you send something out, it multiplies 3 times. For amount of energy you send out, it multiplies by 3. That is what I believe happens when it comes back as well. So, yeah, I believe in the threefold law, guys. Yeah. Number 11. Number 10, stick to your promises or don't make them. It makes you look bad, for 1, and 2, you're kind of making yourself look bad, like really, really bad. Like, nobody's going to trust you. Nobody's going to trust you for anything. Why? Number 11, know which battles to fight and know when to hold your tongue. Yeah. Don't pick a fight with somebody you know is going to win. Yeah, that's like kind of common sense. Number 12, when you have power, use it wisely. That's exactly what I mean. I believe that if you're going to be good, your intent means that you're going to be good. You're not just good because you say you are. You're good because of what you do. If you do something evil, then you're not good. You're evil. You're bad. So that's basically it. Use it wisely or don't use it at all. Number 13, honor yourself, have pride in yourself, and forgive yourself. I have trouble with that. I understand the law. I mean, it's my law. I'm currently trying to work on that so that I can do that. But at this present point in time, I have so much wrong with my life that I can't do that. But if you can, it's always a good idea to do that. Love yourself as well, because if you don't love yourself, nobody else is going to love you. Number 14, settle problems amongst your group quietly. In other words, do not make it public knowledge that you have a problem with somebody, especially on freaking Facebook. Nobody wants to hear that. Take it somewhere private and leave it there. Number 15, do not neglect your mate and your children. Yeah, that's self-explanatory on that one, actually. Number 16, do not abuse your mate and children. Again, self-explanatory. Number 17, never lie to others or yourself knowingly. Self-explanatory. Yeah, I know, I'm bad. I should be explaining these things better. But, that's what I believe. I don't believe that everything is given for free. I don't believe in anything given for free. And I also believe that if you're going to work for something, work for it. Don't expect it to come for free. It doesn't work that way in life. And a quick tip for grounding is the tree method, sitting on the ground, imagine yourself growing roots. They go, wow, I can't read my own writing. Yeah, I should work on how I write. They go down and are thick, then imagine taking energy from the earth, also called grounding. What they mean by that is sitting on the ground and imagining yourself growing roots and imagining it going into the ground and taking energy from Mother Earth or Goddess Earth, however you want to look at her. The next one is beam of light or cord along your spine going into the earth. Imagine two of them, one for anchoring yourself, and the other is hollow, which you pull energy up through. Works well when sitting and when standing. Healing. Lay down and then imagine a ball of light. It maps your body. Then imagine it going up to a greater light. It expands, taking in healing energy. It comes back and enters through your head / crown chakra. Imagine this light going through the body, healing as it goes. Emotions. Sit or stand, plant your feet, and imagine two cords, one to the ground, one that's hollow. So there's two. Allow any unwanted emotions to flow down into the earth. You can do this whenever you want and for any situation. Protection. Sitting or standing, imagine a cord of any color going into the earth, and then imagine a white or anything like mirrors, rocks, doors, etc., pushing out and filling your body. Protection number 2. Sitting or standing, imagine a circle of mirrors, rocks, or both around you. Imagine anything bad bouncing off. Ground yourself before and after. Alright guys, so that's it. It's like a 32-minute long video. I hope this is good enough for you guys. I'm not entirely sure. That was my code of conduct, and if you... Basically, I took them from like different pantheons. I also believe in the Egyptian afterlife, so I believe that to be buried without organs would only be stupid for me, because I believe that the body needs all of its parts when it goes to the afterlife, and if your body is already missing its parts, you won't go, or you won't get into where I need to be. Now, as to whether or not that's true in real afterlife, I don't know. That's just what I believe personally. So, whatever happens, happens. I mean, we don't really know for sure. So, yeah. Whatever happens, happens. Who knows? The common spell or prayer I use is usually one. It's really simple. It's kind of like prayers that Christians use, like when they're trying to calm down. Basically, one of them is, Goddess help me. That's one prayer. And I put so mote it be at the end of it. I also use Goddess calm me. I don't believe in doing rituals. Rituals to me are way too freaking complicating. Next we have the last one I wanted to show you. And they're my runes. So I'm going to pull out 3, and then I'm going to tell you what they are. Well, that was simple. Oh no. We're going to repick that. Alright. Alright guys, so the first rune is, I don't remember. You'd think I'd know after all these times of having runes, right? The first one is the Jera rune. Passage of time, natural cycles, waiting period, the seasons. The next one is the... Holy crap. Where is it? Hagalaz, setbacks, hardship, disruption. If upheavals are well handled, change and liberation follows. The next one is the now is, or the here, I'll show you what it is. Driving need to achieve, separating true needs from desire, examine motivations and patience. Yes, I'm very crappy at patience, by the way. There is a 3 rune spread, past, present, and future. Past, present, future. There is also the 1 rune spread where you basically pull out 1 rune and it's supposed to tell you what you're supposed to be working on for this day. I don't normally do that. I should, because it would help me, but I don't really do that. So that is what I do with my runes. I have my own little paper, and when I'm doing a reading for somebody, I write it on little cards here. I don't have my own box for my runes yet. I plan to, hopefully. So yeah, that is the end of my video, guys. So blessed be, love, and light, and I will see you next time when I have more stuff to give you.